Good morning everyone. So in the previous session we have seen the logic gates, basic gates and universal gates. In this basic gates we have OR, AND and NOT gate, whereas in universal we have seen NAND and NOR gate. So in today's session we will see XOR and XNOR. So first this was NOR. This is XOR gate. So the symbol for this XOR gate is in this way. It is, we will just draw it like an OR gate. Okay. So whatever the inputs we give here A, B, and the output will be A. This is XOR B. Okay, A XOR operation B. This is the symbol for XOR operation. So it can have two inputs or more than two inputs, but output is always 1. So the XOR gate is a logic gate having two inputs with a single output. Okay, we have taken for this. So draw the symbol for that. After that, in this gate, see, this is the XOR symbol. The Boolean expression for the XOR gate is given by y is equal to A XOR B. And see, this symbol here indicates the exclusive OR operation, and in terms of expression it can be expanded as in this way. So if you expand this and write, generally this is written in this way. If you take two inputs, consider x and y, then the output that will be equal to x XOR y. Okay, if you expand this, it will become x bar y plus x y bar. Is that fine? So same way, in the terms of A and B as the variables, input variables, he has represented here. So this is the symbol for XOR operation, and this is the expression, expanded expression for this XOR operation. So whenever you expand and write it, just substitute those values in these terms and you will get the answer. For that, here you need, in between this is OR operation, and after doing this OR operation here, between this both you need to do AND operation. Sorry, in between here you have AND operation. This dot is nothing but your AND operation, and this is your OR operation. Okay, and this is your NOT operation, complement. Now we will see the tabular truth table for this. See, in this operation, whenever I give two inputs as 0, then the output will always be equal to 0. This was your X OR gate. Here if I give 0 and 0 as inputs, output will always be 0. If you want, you can substitute in this expression and you can see. Okay, you can do that, or else you can directly just remember in such a way that it can be defined. Let me write another thing. After 0, now if I give 0 and 1, then output will change to 1. Okay, and if I give here 1 and 0, then output will be 1. If I give 1 and 1, both inputs are 1 and 1, then output will be 0. So by this I can say that when both inputs are same, okay, when this both inputs are same, output is always equal to 0. Okay, when both the inputs are not equal, okay, not same, then the output is equal to 1. So you can define in any way. Whenever the two inputs are similar, or else when there is a difference in the input, then the output is equal to 1, else the output will be equal to 0. In that way you can mention. Instead we will just substitute one, this we will try to substitute for this, and we'll try to substitute in this equation, and we'll see what you will get the result. So for example, in this case I am writing this input is 0 and this input is 1, and output I should get as 1. Okay, so to get 1 I'll just substitute in this expression. So I have a bar means I have given as 0, a bar means that will become 1. Okay, 1, and this is AND operation. Next B, there is no bar, so B means 1. Okay, this is OR operation. A as it is 0, B means you have given 1, but B bar, so it will be dot 0. So this will be equal to 1 into 1, you will always get as 1, plus 0 into 0, you will get 0. So 1 plus 0, you will get 1. Okay, so see, this is been satisfied. So in this way, each and every input if you substitute, you will get the same answer. Is that fine? These truth table answers. So in that way, try to substitute and see, and else you can directly remember this as your definition. XOR definition is whenever you have similar similar inputs, then output will be equal to 0, or whenever you have different inputs, then the output will be equal to 1, else it is 0. Okay. Yes, actually you also have XNOR. So how does XNOR work is, here you will have a bubble. Okay, that is the only difference in the symbol, and here this will be A XNOR B. This is the symbol for XNOR. This is XNOR. Okay, for XNOR I am talking about, not XOR, XNOR. So it is nothing but this is just take your NOR symbol. This is your NOR and it is XNOR. Is that fine? That is the difference. So for this, when just remember this is XNOR, this is a symbol for XNOR, this is a symbol for XNOR, and this way you write it. And if you the truth table, so in the place of this you just write that, and we will see the truth table. What happens in this truth table is, see here for XNOR I am talking about, this was for XOR. So for XNOR, whenever I give 0 and 0, answer will be 1. Whenever the inputs are different, then answer will be result will be 0 and this will be 1. Okay, this is the only difference. Opposite of XOR is XNOR. So see, to get this one, what you need to do is, here consider A bar B bar plus AB. If you consider this, we will take again this as an example. 0 and 1 you have given, but here A bar B bar means it will take 1 and 0. Okay, plus AB. AB means it will take 0 and 1. Is that fine? So when you do that, 0 into something, 0 into something, you will get 0 plus 0, that is equal to 0. So here you got 0. Is that fine? Next, if you consider this 1 and 1, when you take 1 and 1, here you will get 0 and 0 plus 1 and 1. So you will get answer as 1. Is that fine? What I am trying to say is, this is the expression. This is the expression for this A dot BC. Here you have it. See here, this expression I am talking about, this was for XOR. For XNOR, the expression is y is equal to A bar B bar plus A B. This is the expression. At one side you have this complements, and other side there are no complements. And when you the symbol for this sorry, it's not plus, it is dot. this is for XNOR A, XNOR B. Okay, XNOR represents this dot inside the circle, and when you expand this, this is the expression what you get for XNOR operation, and the symbol for XNOR operation is just this is the symbol for XNOR operation. Okay, and even the truth table is, if you substitute in that expression, you will easily get, or else you can remember just opposite of this XOR. Remember XOR, XNOR will be easy to remember. So, whenever you have the difference in this inputs, any difference in inputs, then output will be equal to 0. For XNOR I am talking about. Okay, whenever inputs are same, then your this output will be equal to 1. Okay, in this way you need to remember this XOR and XNOR. These are the two gates, exclusive OR gates. Yeah, so advantages of logic gates. It is generally very easy to reliably distinguish between logic 1 or logic 0. Okay, so K-map is also designed by using logic gates. That simplification helps when you start to connect gates to implement the functions. Okay, these gates are also used in TTL and CMOS circuitry. So the main advantages are nothing but you can easily differentiate between high and low. Okay, and this K-maps are also designated by using logic gates. Nothing but after solving a K-map, in the end you get a result, right? So you can easily construct the gates. If you have a bigger expression, you can just minimize that expression. Okay, we have seen to convert into canonical form. Generally, if the question is given in canonical form, as you see in the previous videos, if they give in canonical form, that need to be reduced into smaller form of equations, because by that smaller form of equations, if you construct the design of that circuit, you will have very less number of logic gates to build that circuit. Okay, but whereas if you consider a canonical form and you build that circuit, you will have to take many logic gates and you need to construct that. So compared to both, if your expression is reduced, then logic gate will the logic gates whatever you used in the circuit will be reduced, because circuit will be reduced, so logic gates will be reduced. When those are reduced, even the time delay is been reduced, the complexity is been reduced. So all these can happen by doing that. Next, these gates are also used in TTL and CMOS. Okay, yeah. See, you need to know this. You have the postulates of this Boolean algebra. If you know, you need to know this postulates, each and every postulates. If you know them, then you can easily solve any expressions. Okay, from larger to, you can easily reduce a larger expression to a smaller expression easily. Or else you can also, if you wanted to convert into canonical form, then you can easily convert from whatever the simplified equation they have given. You can take that and you can convert that into canonical form, where we have already seen. Okay, two postulates. We have already used few postulates from all this whatever we have studied. So we learn these postulates. So yeah, before going to that, we have some laws. See, the Boolean algebra has its own set of fundamental laws which differ from the ordinary algebra. They are, see, the first one, this laws, OR laws, nothing but, see, you know the OR get operation, the logic OR get operation. So these are nothing but those same OR laws. So how to remember them? You already know OR means, this is the logic OR. Okay, symbol for logic OR. So that means for this you have the four laws. One is, if you add, I mean A or 0, what is that you get? One more, A or 1, what is the result you get? Okay, so 0, 1 are done. Next, when you do A or A and A or A bar. Okay, these are the four. Same way, even you can have it for and loss, means same, instead of plus that will be replaced with minus. Okay, see, these four things will cover all the possibilities, A or 0, A or 1. What is the result? We need to know that. Then A or A, then A or A complement. This is A complement. So to know that, first we'll just go with this. We already know 1 plus something in OR gate is always equal to 1, else the result is 0. Okay. So out of this 4 laws, see, this we can easily see, 1 plus something is always equal to 1, else the result will be 0. Is that fine? So this is fine. Even if we are not able to do that, what you can try is, we'll start doing from first one. See, A plus 0 means, see here, 0 is fixed, you can't change 0. 0 is fixed, you can't change 0. Here, this in place of A, it can either be 0 or it can be 1. Okay. So once we'll solve with this, zeros are fixed here. Okay. Once we'll solve it with 0 and once we'll solve it with 1. So we'll see the result. So in OR gate, when you are trying to this OR with 0, 0 plus 0, the answer is 0. When you get 1 plus 0, the answer is 1. Okay, that means you are ORing. This is OR operation. So 0 OR 0 means the result is 0. 1 OR 0 means the result is 1. Is that fine? So by this, what you are getting to know here, the constant, I mean, it is either it is neither 1 nor 0. Okay, you are getting 0 and 1. That means whatever is there here, that you are getting here. Whatever is there here, 1, you are getting result as 1. So that means this is A. So A something or 0 means you will get something itself. Okay, something is ORed by 0, then the result will be this something. In time of exam, if you get confused, simply you just take that postulate and substitute that variable with 0 once and 1 once. Once you do substitute that, see the result what you are getting. If you are getting here both are zeros, then answer will definitely be equal to 0. If you are getting both as ones, then result, this answer here you will be getting definitely 1. But here you are neither getting 0 nor 1. So it is changing. That means whatever is there here, this something, whatever this something was there here, that is being showing. So the result will be 1. Is that fine? So now this is done. So by this one of the law is done. Even second law is done. One, if you OR something with 1, then definitely the answer will be that 1 itself. Okay. If you still have a doubt, same like this you can substitute and see. See, A or 1 means 0 or 1, 1 or 1. Okay, for both the cases I am ORing and I am seeing. See, 1 or 0 means answer is 1, 1 or 1 means answer is 1. So both are 1s. So here this result will be 1. Even this is done. Okay. Now the other thing you have is A plus A or A. What is the result you get? Okay, so before writing it as A, we will see first. If you consider A is equal to 0, okay, so 0, again A, or A is equal to, you will get 0 itself. Okay. Next, if you write, if consider A is equal to 1, then 1 or 1, answer will be 1 or 1 is 1. So A or A, you are getting A itself. If you take B or B, you will get B itself. So here you can easily write A, because here there is no constant like 0 and 0 or 1 and 1. Okay, whatever you are ORing, the same thing you are getting it here. So even this you have solved. So always remember A or A is equal to A. See, now this one is also similar to A or A bar he is telling. So always both will be of opposites. Okay, so always A bar A means, see, you know the logic that whenever something is ORed with 1, the answer is always equal to 1. So that logic you can use it here, because see, A or complement of A. So if A is equal to 0, in case A is equal to 0, complement will always be equal to 1, and 1 ORed with something, you will always get 1. Let it be here 1, 0 or whatever it is. And in case instead of this, if you take A as 1, then definitely complement will be equal to 0. So if any one input is 1, then output is always equal to 1, right? So you can easily write 1 here whenever this A or A complement. So even for that you can try to solve. So if you consider A is equal to 0, okay, so for this I am solving. A is equal to 0, so 0 plus A complement means 1, that will be equal to 1, or 0 is nothing but 1. Next, if you take this A as 1, then A complement will be 0, so this is also you will get 1. So that is the reason I am writing it here as 1. So this is another law, and all this solving I have done to prove this laws, are they correct or not. Okay, no need to just butify that. If you try to solve and if you know the logics, how those gates work, you can easily remember these laws. So by this I have proved all these 4 laws. Okay, all these 4 laws. So remember, or whenever you are ORing with 0 something, whatever you are ORing with 0, that something will be the result. Whenever you are ORing something with 1, then always 1 will be the result. Whereas if you add the same variable, okay, A or A means the answer will be A itself. But if you always OR it with a complement, then result will be 1. Okay, these are OR laws. See, now coming to AND laws. Now these AND laws are similar to same, whatever the procedure we have followed for OR laws, similar to AND, but here you should know the logic AND. Okay, how it works. So you have A and 0 is equal to 0. So first let's see the definition of AND gate. So if any one input is equal to 0, the output is always equal to 0, else the output is equal to 1. Okay, so according to that you can easily say, see, these both are zeros, because A into something, 0 into something is always 0, we know that. And one more is A complement A and complement A is equal to also 0, because if this is equal to 1, definitely complement will become 0. So 0 into something will become 0, and if in case this you have taken 0, then this will be 1. So one input is 0, that means output is always 0. So even this is verified, this and this both are verified now. Now after this we have other two. So even for other two, if you want to verify, just take them and try to solve them. You have 4 possibilities. What are those possibilities? I am writing them again. See, 1, A is ANDed with 0, A is ANDed with A is ANDed with A bar, then A is ANDed with 1, 0, 1, A bar, 4 possibilities. So for this we need to write the results. So we have already seen 0 into something is 0, A is A complement into A, this is done. This is all, this will also you will get 0, because if 1 is equal to 1, other will be definitely 0. Okay, so yeah, now next we will see A and A. So for this you just consider A is equal to 1, so even here you will get 1, so answer will be 1. If you consider 0 into 0, if A is equal to 0, then 0 or and 0 you will get 0 itself. So same thing you will get, whatever you are trying to do, that same something will be the result. See, you considered 1, answer was 1, you considered 0, then result was 0. So even this is done. Next we will talk about this. Now A and 1. A and 1 means, see, consider A is equal to 0, 1 is fixed here. Okay, then you will get 0. If you take 1 as 1 as the a is equal to, in this case you have taken a is equal to 0, in this case you are taking a is equal to 1. So, the result is 1 and 1 is 1. So, here whatever you have taken a, that itself it is reflecting. Is that fine? So, a dot a, I mean a and a, you will always get a as your answer. Is that fine? So, from this you can easily say just apply the logic of AND gate, okay, and try to do them, or else if you still get confused, try to take that whatever law you are trying to apply in any simplification and then substitute that. If you are getting a doubt, can I if you wanted in some in the like previously we have seen simplification of few equations, we tried to reduce and we tried to convert into canonical form. If you wanted to place 1, so 1 means you can't place this any of this law, okay, you can place this law or law, this 2 can, in place of 1 you can either write a plus 1 or a plus a bar, this 2 can be written, this 2 can be you can write there, okay. If you want to place 0, then you can't use this OR law, instead you can use AND law. So, place of 0 you can write, see this and this, a dot 0, a dot a bar, you can use them. Is that fine? For 1 and for 0, what all you can use? These things. For writing a means you can use both the laws, because see here you have a and a. So, instead you can use a plus 0 or a plus a, and in this case you can use a dot a and a dot 1. You can use anything from these. So, if you want to substitute or if you want to deduce the equations, you can use them. Generally these laws we use to convert it into canonical form, okay, to may convert that into canonical form. Already the reduced expression you will try to convert it to a canonical form, or else there are few to simplify few expressions which you can reduce the equation, so that you can build a shorter circuit, simpler circuit. Next you have is AND laws. Yes, next you have is AND law. In this AND law you have nothing but AND laws are nothing but, say when you take a is equal to 0, then answer will be then a complement will be equal to 1. When you take a is equal to 1, a complement will be 0. This is simple, okay, it's very easy. 0 is equal to 1, 1 is equal to 0, that is what he has done here in this not law. He is trying to say this. If a is equal to 0, then a constant will be equal to 1. Okay, these are the laws. So, by that actually this is a complement will be equal to a here. A complement is, he has given this here. Okay, this can't be equal, because when I take a as 0, a complement will be 1. How come this 1 and 0 are equal? Okay, this can't be taken. 1 and 0 can't be taken. In this case I am talking about, if a is equal to 0, then a bar will be equal to 1. If a is equal to 1, then a bar will be equal to 0. Is that fine? This is possible, but this can't be equal. Both a can't be equal to a bar, but a double bar can be equal to a, because let me solve this. See here they have given wrong, this you can take as a bar and 2 bars, okay, not 3. Already you have 1 bar, a bar, so you will just write another bar. So, a double bar is equal to a, because see, consider a is equal to 0. In this case a bar will be equal to 1. A bar double bar will be equal to, see already a bar was equal to 1. For this I am applying a bar again, so you will get 0. So, see this and this are equal, that means a and a double bar are equal. Same way, instead of this you take 1 here, then a bar will become 0, and already a bar is equal to 0, a bar will be equal to 1. So, a and a double bar are equal. Is that fine? So, this law is correct. You can't take a bar is equal to a is wrong. Okay, they have mentioned it wrong in this slide, so correct it. Next you have commutative law. So, this law is nothing but A plus B is equal to B plus A. Nothing but you are just reversing the variables. Even if you write A plus B or B plus A, both are equal. He is trying to say that. Okay. If you write 1 plus 0 is equal to 0 plus 1. Both are nothing but you will get the same results. 1 plus 0 is 1. 0 plus 1 is also equal to 1. Okay. That is what he is trying to say. Similarly, A dot B is equal to B dot A. Nothing but A and B is equal to B and A. If you just reverse them and write, nothing is going to change. Your answer would be the same. Okay, 0 and 1 and 1 and 0 both are nothing but equal. This is nothing but commutative law. These laws are very important while solving any types of simplifications. You need to know them. Okay. Next you have is associative law. So see this associative law. See, in this associative law, if we take this A plus B plus C, you can also write that as, you can bring this together in a bracket, that means A plus B plus C. Okay, this whenever if you solve in this way, you will get a similar answer. So that means, say if you have 1 plus 0 plus 1, first if you solve this both, okay, and let me write other thing, 1 plus 0 1 or 0 or 1. See, we will check the both the results. So this you will get as 1 or 1 is equal to 1. Okay, the answer, the result of this complete expression was 1. For this you will get 1 or this is also 1. See, for this you got this one. Okay, now for this you are getting this one. For this also the result will be equal to 1 itself. Okay, so both are equal, right? So that is what he is trying to say from this. Let you take this OR symbol or this AND. Okay, A dot in brackets B dot C, or first if you solve A dot B, then after solving this with this result, if you solve this C, also it doesn't matter, you will get a same answer. Okay, if you take in your decimal form, he is just trying to say you that 2 into 3 into 4 if you take, if you solve this both, and then after that whatever result if you get, okay, 6 into 4, if you solve you will get the same answer. Instead, if you take first 3 into 4, solve and you will get the result, and that result into 2 if you do also you will get the same result. That is what he is trying to say. That is associative law for this binary numbers 0 and 1. Okay. So now next you have is distributive law. Okay, so this distributive law, see here the first one we will say A and B or C. This also can be done as, he just simplified it. See, A and B or A and C. So if you solve, if you try to solve in this way or this way, you will get the same. So whenever you get such kind of expression in your equations, whenever you are trying to solve, you can easily deduce to this smaller one. Or else if you want to increase that, you can take, if whenever you get A dot B plus C, you can directly substitute this, because in the place of this you just substitute 1 and 0, you will easily get a result. Okay, this both will be proved, this will be equal to this. That is the case. Same way, now what he did is other one, he just replaced this both and an OR operation. Here if you take plus, and here, sorry, he just interchanged the variables. Yeah, see this case, A and C. So for that what he has done is A dot C, it is somewhat similar to this, there is no change in that. Okay, but here first he has taken A dot, then in here in the end he has taken C dot. So nothing but you will get the same thing. And here you have even this another law, A plus A bar B is equal to A plus B. Just try to take variables a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 0, whatever you wanted. You can take anything, it does not matter if you take only 1 and 0. Take something, substitute in these equations, and you will get this is equal to this in the end. Okay, the end result will be same for all this. Okay. Next we have absorptive law. In this, see, a plus a or a dot b will be equal to always a. In this case also this will always be equal to a, just interchange them. Okay, now in this case when you take a bar, same thing, instead of a, if you take a bar, you will get ab as a result. Okay, so just substitute different variables in this and try to solve them, you will get a same thing. Next, De Morgan's law, very important law. Okay, so they will also ask you to define it. So De Morgan's law, see, a plus b is equal to a dot a bar. Yes, so generally what we write is De Morgan's law. See, a dot b whole complement will be equal to individual complements, and instead of AND operation you get OR operation between them. So if you want to define this, you can easily write, you can easily say that the whole complement of a and b is equal to the individual complements of a or b. Okay, individual complement of a or individual complement of b. In this way you can say it. Next, the same way the other thing is, you have the whole complement of a or b is equal to individual complement of a and this b. Is that fine? So whenever you get to solve this, this is actually the De Morgan's law. Is that fine? So in this way you need to solve. Here he forgot to mention this. Okay, the total whole bar, you can split it into individual bars by just changing the operation in between. So if you try to solve them, you will get the same answer. For example, I will try to prove for this, you try different variables for using other things. In this, see, I will consider a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 0. So that means, see here, 1 dot 0 whole bar is equal to 1 bar plus 0 bar. Okay, that means here 0 into something is always 0 bar, that is equal to 1 bar means 0 and 0 bar means 1. Okay, bars, when I apply bar, I just remove the bar, there is no bar. Yeah, so now the answer will be 0 into something is always, yeah, something I have made a mistake over here. Yeah, see, this was the thing. Here this is not dot, I read it like a dot, this is plus. So this is plus, not dot. Yeah, so one's complement became 0 and 0 complement became 1. So 0 or 1 is nothing but you will get 1. Here 0 complement means you will get 1. When you remove this complement, you will get 1. So 1 is equal to 1. For this I have solved. So same way, take different variables and try for this both, you will get a answer. This is a De Morgan's law. Is that fine? So we are short of time. So if possible, we will try to discuss the other topics in the next session. These are few examples. See, this is the equation he has given, and he simplified such a big equation to this equation using all the postulates. These are the two postulates he used in this line. Is that fine? So by using those postulates, he tried to do that. So just try to pause it here. Before pausing, first try to solve it on yourself using all those postulates, all those laws. Then you just check answer with them. Okay. So these are the few of the advantages we have already seen. Okay, so thank you.